The diagnosis of human fragility. This video is the final confrontation between two of the most resilient, yet opposing philosophies in human history. Stoicism and Existentialism, specifically through the voices of Nietzsche and Camus, share a starting point: the brutal recognition of mortality, inherent suffering, and the uncertainty of existence. Both refuse to accept religious solace or fantasy. Both demand courage. But they immediately diverge on the answer to the question: does the universe care? Stoicism proclaims, yes, there is a rational order, logos. Existentialism replies, no, there is only silence, the absurd. This is not just a comparison of ideas. It is a duel of systems, where we will test Stoic rational peace against existentialist creative freedom, to determine which offers a more solid foundation for living. The cosmic premise: logos versus chaos. To understand the contrast, we must return to the physics of each school. The Stoic cosmos and the logos. For the Stoics, the universe is a living, rational, and interconnected organism. The logos is providence, the causal reason that ensures everything that happens in the only possible and perfect way for the whole. Individual suffering is a necessary link in the chain of cosmic perfection. This is the foundation of Stoic security. The death of God and the void. Existentialism is born from the collapse of this cosmic certainty, an event formalized by Nietzsche as the death of God. The end of the logos means that suffering, illness, and injustice have no metaphysical justification. The universe is, at best, indifferent to human morality. This is the foundation of existential anxiety. The dilemma of the modern Stoic. The modern crisis of faith in the logos is the greatest challenge to Stoicism. If the universe is chaotic, does Stoicism still hold up? The answer requires the Stoic to find reason only within their own prohairesis, abandoning the theodicy of the cosmos. The Stoic solution: rational acceptance and Amor Fati. Stoicism transforms fatality into virtue. Amor Fati, the Stoic version, it is not just the acceptance of a fact, but the intellectual love for providence. I love my destiny because it is the perfect material for my moral excellence, virtue. Suffering is necessary for courage. Loss is necessary for temperance. The immunity system. The dichotomy of control and apatheia ensure that external suffering does not penetrate the soul. Pathos, anguish, despair, is logically impossible when one understands that the only evil is vice, which is always under your control. Happiness, eudaimonia, is guaranteed and unshakable. The existentialist diagnosis. The absurd and angst. Existentialism rejects the Stoic formula for peace as an escape. The absurd. Camus, the source of suffering is the discrepancy between our human need for clarity and the irrational silence of the world. Camus proposes three possible responses, but rejects two: suicide, giving up; the leap of faith, denial; and revolt, conscious acceptance. The revolt: life must be lived with consciousness and passion in the limited time we have. The absurd must be faced, not resolved. The only morality is the intensity of experience and the creation of value despite the void. Angst and freedom. Existential angst is the cost of radical freedom. Since the human being has no predefined essence, he is condemned to be free, Sartre. This responsibility for self-creation is the burden that the Stoic transfers to the logos. The existentialist must bear the weight of being the sole legislator of his being. Nietzsche and the inversion of Amor Fati. Where does Nietzsche converge and where does he betray Stoicism? The critique of slave morality. Nietzsche views Stoic moderation and resignation as a denial of the fullness of life. He rejects the pursuit of peace, apatheia, in favor of great health and the affirmation of pain. The Stoic, by seeking to eliminate pathos, is, for Nietzsche, denying the creative potency of passion. Will to power, will zur Macht the fundamental principle of life is not reason, but the will to power, the drive for growth, overcoming, and domination. Stoic virtue is a weakened will to power. The Nietzschean Superman transcends objective morality and creates his own values. Amor Fati, the Nietzschean version, not merely bear what is necessary, but love it. The Nietzschean love of fate is the will that nothing be different, neither in the past nor in the future, for all eternity. It is an aesthetic and powerful affirmation of chaos, detached from any rational justification of the logos. It is an act of will that chooses suffering as part of self-creation. The test of eternal recurrence. The Nietzschean version is the supreme challenge. Have you lived your life in such a way that you would wish to relive it infinitely? The Stoic's answer is passive rational because the logos is good. Nietzsche's answer is active creative because life, with all its pain, was worthy of your will. The ethical heart. Authenticity versus prohairesis. The deepest contrast lies in what defines a good choice and a good life. Stoic virtue and the prohairesis. The focus is on rational choice. The prohairesis is the control center that seeks to align intention with universal reason. Life is good if the intention is virtuous, regardless of the outcome, indifference. Value is objective. Existentialist authenticity. The focus is on genuine choice. To be authentic means making choices that are truly yours, not imposed by social conventions or an external logos. Life is good if you act in full awareness of your freedom, embracing the anguish of responsibility. Value is subjective. The mutual critique. The existentialist would criticize the Stoic for being inauthentic, following an imposed cosmic rule. The Stoic would criticize the existentialist for being irrational, basing value on feelings and wills that do not submit to universal logic. Action and the legacy. Cosmopolis versus value creation. What should the individual do with their life? Stoic duty. The final kathekanta is cosmopolitanism, serving the global community of rational beings. The legacy is the rational contribution to social order. The purpose is justice, *dikaiosyne*. Existentialist duty. The duty is the creation of personal value. The legacy is the unique mark that your will left on the void, the story you created for yourself. The purpose is authenticity and overcoming. The choice of suffering. The Stoic accepts suffering in the name of order. The existentialist accepts suffering in the name of liberation. Choosing your foundation for life. In the face of the absurd and the inevitability of suffering, both philosophies are heroic. The final choice, however, defines the kind of peace you will find. Stoicism offers a peace based on the certainty that virtue is sufficient, even if that certainty requires faith in the logos. Existentialism offers freedom based on the anguish of uncertainty, demanding a constant will of creation and self-affirmation. The decision is between unshakable rational order or unlimited subjective creation. Your choice is your foundation. Which one are you willing to defend to the end? If you are ready to embrace the challenge of authenticity or the serenity of the logos, leave the comment "order or freedom" below. Subscribe to The Hidden Meaning and define your foundation.